Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Well-being and Sustainable Development 2025, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 77 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute Center for Arts, Sciences and Well. Before we start our sessions, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's commemorations. Today, we are celebrating and commemorating National Junk Food Day, which is celebrated on July 21st, and various other commemorations. Today, we are also commemorating Coral Reef Awareness Week from July 21st to 27th, 2025 in US. So Coral Reef Awareness Week is celebrated annually starting on Monday of the third full week in July. And this year it takes place from July 21st to 27th. It's to raise awareness of coral reefs and how to maintain them. Coral reefs are one of the most diverse and important elements of the Earth's ecosystem, but there are threats that coral reefs are facing, including climate change and tourism. Tourism can affect coral reefs when they are poorly planned, hotel developments, and increased sewage. So this week is for us all to learn more about coral reefs and how we can help maintain and protect these amazing diverse ecosystems. Coral reefs are marine ecosystems built by tiny individual coral polyps held together by calcium carbonate. As diverse and complex ecosystem, coral reefs occupy less than 0.1% of the world's ocean area. And at least 25% of all marine species call coral reefs home. Reef-building corals need sunlight to survive, so they are common found in relatively shallow, clear water in the tropics and warm currents, beside those who call them home. So coral reefs also attract larger animals such as sharks, turtles, and marine mammals due to their abundance of food. Besides providing habitat for marine species, coral reefs also serves as a barrier for coastal areas. Shorelines will be less protected from waves and storms without coral reefs as a barrier. Coral reefs help protect people living in these areas along with wildlife relying on the shoreline as a habitat. Also, coral reefs support the economy, including fishing, tourism, and recreation industries. Moreover, creatures found in these ecosystems are essential sources of new medicines. It seems that coral reefs are of the essence for both marine life and human life. Unfortunately, there are some threats that coral reefs are facing. They include climate change, pollution, overfishing, tourism, and unsustainable coastal development. Corals cannot survive if the water temperature is too high, while urban and industrial waste, oil pollution, and agrochemicals can destroy coral reefs. Overfishing and destructive fishing practices surely cause significant damage to coral reefs. In the sector of tourism, there can be careless anchoring, fishing, and diving that can damage coral reefs. Besides, tourism leads to coastal development, and poor coastal development and increased sewage can affect coral reefs. It is said that estimates predict nearly all of the reefs will be threatened, with 75% of facing high, very high, or critical threat levels by 2050. Increased ocean temperatures and changing ocean chemistry are the greatest global threats to coral reefs ecosystems caused by warmer atmospheric temperatures and increasing levels of carbon dioxide in seawater. Reportedly, scientists at 2020 Ocean Sciences meeting estimated that more than 90% of all coral reefs are expected to die by 2050. So, diving to admire the beauty of coral reefs is one of the various ways to commemorate the week. This time, be careful to bring a dive bag and be sure to pick up any garbage that come across. Eat sustainably, as Coral Reef Awareness Week can be smarter for you to eat sustainably. So next time you want to enjoy some seafood, make sure it comes from a sustainable source. The more people, and if possible, avoid all kinds of meat products, including seafood. The more people you know about the Awareness Week, the more help there will be to protect coral reefs. More people will also realize that coral reefs are essential for human beings. So coral reefs are not plants but invertebrates within the class Anthozoa of the phylum Cnidaria. So they grow slowly. Generally, corals grow slowly, increasing only by 0.5 to 2 centimeters in a year. The algae that the coral reefs host are what make the reefs colorful. Coral reefs feed on the particles found in the ocean, resulting in clear water. Most coral reefs are found in tropical waters, but they are also found in waters with a temperature of 39.2 degrees Fahrenheit. So coral reefs are not only essential to marine life, but also the human life. That's why more people need to know about the coral reefs so that we can help maintain them together. Coral reefs are beautiful and they are home to many species. Coral Reef Awareness Week reminds us of how amazing they are and that coral reefs are worth protecting. It is believed that coral reef dwelling animals are a vital source of novel medications. Therefore, we must take all necessary precautions to keep them safe. Today is also commemorated as Belgium Independence Day on July 21st in Belgium, which is celebrated annually. It is one of the Belgium's 10 public holidays and commemorates the investiture of the country's first monarch, King Leopold, who took the constitutional oath in 1831. The day also celebrates the separation of Belgium from the Netherlands and the formal establishment of the kingdom. It was decided that Belgium would become a constitution and popular monarchy, reflecting the romantic nationalism that was popular at that time. These celebrations take place at the Place des Palais in Belgium. So since 1850, Belgium had been part of the United Kingdom of the Netherlands. The majority of the population were Roman Catholic, and increasingly believed the rule of King William I favored the northern Protestants. This discontentment was intensified by high levels of unemployment in the south. In August 1830, several riots took place, calling for Belgium to secede from the Netherlands. After the independence on October 4th, 1830, which was recognized by a London Conference of major European powers, the Belgian National Congress considered several candidates to become king, and after much debate, Leopold I of Saxe-Coburg was asked to become king of newly formed country. He accepted and was proclaimed king of the Belgians on June 26, 1831. So Leopold I sailed into France from Dover to Calais and was taken to the Belgian border village of De Panne on July 17, 1831. He traveled through the country, visiting Bruges and Ghent among others, and then on July 21, 1831, as he stood on the Place Royal in Brussels, he took the constitutional oath, accepting the role of the first king of the Belgians. This day became the Belgian national holiday. So on this day, parks and venues across the town hold concerts and other activities. Today is also commemorated as Comic Con in US, which takes place from July 21st to 24th, which is celebrated annually following the date given by the responsible bodies in July. This makes it a great 4-day summer extravaganza. In 2021, the event was held virtually. Comic Cons are held all over, but the main event that people think of, the San Diego Comic Con, the most well-known one of its kind. Comic Con not only has comics, but also the other related pop culture entertainment forms such as gaming, movies, and TV shows. Surprisingly, the San Diego Comic Con is a non-profit event. Today is also commemorated as Global Hug Your Kids Day on July 21st, celebrated on the third Monday of every July, which is July 21st this year. This day celebrates the bond between parents and children. The purpose of this day is simple: hug your children to express how much you love them. Hugging is a simple act of reassuring comfort, safety, and trust. Everyone can do with a hug, especially children. And when you hug your kids, you realize that it makes you happy too. A natural expression of love and stress reliever. Don't forget to grab your kids there today. So Global Hug Your Kids Day was started by Michelle Nichols in 2008. This was a decade after her son Mark died due to brain cancer at the age of 8. Nichols started observing the day as a reminder to mothers and fathers, especially those who spend long hours at work and often pay away to express affection to their kids by hugging. Hugging is probably as ancient as humans themselves. It is practiced by almost all cultures as an act of affection and empathy without using words. People hug to convey a myriad of messages, some of which include a greeting or goodbye to express sympathy or to congratulate and to convey gratitude, support, and affection. The word hug might have originated from hagga, an Old Norse word that means to comfort. In the early 17th century, hug was used to describe a wrestling hold. The current meaning of the word came into existence sometimes in 1650. Hugging is good for health. It releases a hormone called oxytocin into the bloodstream. Oxytocin is produced in the pituitary gland and it helps regulate blood pressure, heart rate, and stress hormone, cortisol. Hugging may also reduce anxiety, improve mood and memory, and increase bonding and closeness. Studies show that those who hug often tend to have greater empathy for others. Hugging a kid can boost their oxygen levels, calm breathing, and ease pain signals. It may also help the brain grow and make infection and other illness like hypoglycemia or hypothermia less likely. Today is also commemorated as Guam Liberation Day in US, celebrated on June 21st every year. It is a day to commemorate the island's liberation from the Japanese by US soldiers in years where July 21st falls on Saturday. The preceding Friday will be a public holiday, and if July 21st falls on Sunday, the following Monday will be a public holiday. So it is marked as one of the Guam's biggest celebrations, as the invasion of the Japanese in World War II brought agony to the people of Guam and reminded so for years many lives were lost during that period. Guam Liberation Day is celebrated to remember those who fought for their freedom and died. Guam Liberation Day is now celebrated with religious and memorial services. That Liberation Queen contest, a carnival, and a parade. Today is also commemorated as Invite an Alien to Live with You Day in US, which is celebrated every year on July 21st to remember the 4-year-long Pam Dauber and Robin Williams show, Mark and Mindy. This show is about an alien from the planet of named Mark, played by Williams on a mission to Earth to study human behavior. Mark travels to 1970s Boulder, Colorado after his egg-shaped spacecraft lands there. Here he meets up with Mindy, played by Dauber, who is a young journalism graduate who lets him live in her house. The episode revolves around Williams' hilarious portrayal of the bumbling alien trying to get handle on Earth culture, along with his frequent dispatches back to his home planet. Today is also commemorated as Legal Drinking Age Day in US on July 21st. People not only get nostalgic about their first drinks and raise a toast to it, but it's also a day to create awareness about responsible drinking among young people. On this day, conversations are also had on how to tackle the rising cases of alcoholism and DUI. The easiest way to celebrate legal drinking age is by relaxing with your favorite drink after a long day. If you are over the legal drinking age, of course. Today is also commemorated as Merit Day in Japan on July 21st, which takes place on third Monday of July, falls on July 21st. This year, Marine Day is a Japanese national day that aims to thank the ocean for its bounty, considering that Japan is a maritime nation. The country and its people are heavily dependent on the ocean. On this day, many Japanese people make a trip to the beach and enjoy ocean-related festivities called Umi no Hi. The date of Marine Day also generally coincides with monsoons in mainland Japan. The date of the festival was moved around in 2020 and 21 due to Tokyo Olympics. Marine Day is set to go back to the regular schedule. Marine Day is also known as Sea Day, is a day when the island country of Japan expresses gratitude to the seas and oceans. Marine Day now only became a national holiday in Japan in 1996. Since 2003, it has been observed on the third Monday of July. Before 1996, it is known as Marine Memorial Day and was not a federal holiday. So water is undeniably essential to our survival. As a result, we should be grateful for our oceans, lakes, and rivers. According to the studies, taking the time to consciously practice thankfulness can make us happy, reduce our blood pressure, and do other things. Japan is world's only country with a public holiday dedicated to ocean blessing. Today is also commemorated as National Be Someone Day in US, which is celebrated on July 21st every year as a way to end child abuse and seek justice for the victims. The aim of the day is simple. It encourages adults to recognize instances of child abuse around them and to speak up about it. You can make a difference in 10 seconds or less by simply reporting such cases to your local authorities. This is a day where we get to emerge as champions by saving a child's life. National Be Someone Day was started to restore dignity to a child who might be under physical and emotional duress. On July 21st, adults are encouraged to take some time of their day to make difference in a child's life by committing to reporting child abuse. People take pledges to recognize, report, and rehabilitate a child who is facing abuse. The ultimate goal of the day is to share in a future where every child will have a right to a happy and dignified childhood. The day was founded by Project Harmony to not only end child abuse, but to bring communities together through education and awareness. Child abuse or child maltreatment is understood as the physical, sexual, and or psychological abuse or neglect of a child, especially by a parent or a caregiver. It may also include any act or lack thereby by a parent or a caregiver or other people that child interacts with the results in the harm of child's well-being in their community, as well as in the spaces such as their school. The terms child abuse and child maltreatment are often used interchangeably. However, child maltreatment is specifically understood as the neglect, exploitation, and trafficking of a minor. Different jurisdictions have different policies towards mandatory reporting definitions of what constitutes child abuse to put them into foster care and prosecuting a criminal charge. Nevertheless, it is unequivocally agreed upon that every child has a right to a safe childhood and it is the responsibility of the adults around them to ensure this. Today is also commemorated as National Craft for Your Local Shelters Day in US, which is celebrated on July 21st every year, calling all crafters, do-it-yourself, and anybody searching for a low-cost method to help shelter dogs and cats on this day. The summer months are often the busiest for animal shelters around the country due to combination of kitten season and owner surrender appointments, which increases the number of animals in the care. This fun day idea is simple: to make some homemade pet toys and supplies and donate them to your local animal shelter. This allows shelter to receive the materials they require while allowing individuals to contribute to participate without having to spend a lot of money. Continue reading to hear about some fantastic ideas and goods that you can make and contribute to your local shelter right away. Today is also commemorated as National Day of Prayer, Reflection, and Thanksgiving in Montserrat on July 21st in UK by the people of small country of Montserrat. It is one of the most important and widely celebrated days in the country. Despite its recent designation, the National Day of Prayer, Reflection, and Thanksgiving commemorates one of the most traumatic events in the country's recent memory and making it one of the most significant annual celebrations in Montserrat. Today is also commemorated as National Get Out of the Dog House Day in US, which is observed on the third Monday of every July. On July 19th this year, in the doghouse is an idiom that people often men use to express that they are in trouble with their significant other. It is also used to describe being the cause of someone's anger. Basically, being in the doghouse is not where a person wants to be. Everyone at some point in their life has faced anger, an emotional state that involves an uncomfortable response to a perceived provocation. People who experience anger often experience the physical effects of it, such as an accelerated heart rate, high blood pressure, and increased stress levels. Anger is a result of a person's conscious decision to respond to a particular situation. However, sometimes it's just a human nature to instantly feel anger towards situations that are not pleasant. When our anger causes conflicts in relationships, it's also necessary to find a way to resolve it. Hope to work towards forgiveness, keeping this in mind. A florist, Heidi Richards Mooney of Fort Lauderdale, Florida, founded National Get Out of the Doghouse Day in 1999 as a unique way to promote her business. Today is also commemorated as National Junk Food Day in US. Have you ever wished for a day where you can eat absolutely anything you want? Well, that day is today, which is celebrated on July 21st, National Junk Food Day, dedicated to the foods we would like to snack on that isn't your average cheat day. Today, you can eat junk food for every meal, popularized in the US in the 1950s. Junk foods are usually, by definition, high in fat, sugar, salt, and calories. But they are also high in deliciousness. Junk food day is perfect day to treat yourself. On this day, you are allowed to your favorite junk foods without any guilt. So go ahead and add extra cheese on the burger and go for that order of fries today there. You are allowed, but in quantity and not on other days. Just kidding. So today is also commemorated as National Lamington Day in Australia, which is celebrated on July 21st every year in Australia. This day celebrates delicious dessert that is loved by people living in southern hemisphere. The lamington is a dessert consisting of a butterfly, flavorful sponge, and cake that is covered with a chocolate sausage. Lamingtons are covered with top coconut shavings or desiccated acorn. The cake is known as the most Australian cake. Lamingtons are eaten on special occasions like Australian Day, since the dessert is popular and important to Australian culture. It was honored with a special day to celebrate. Today is also commemorated as No Pet Store Puppies Day in US, which is celebrated on July 21st every year to raise public awareness of the puppy mills and their connections to pet stories that sell puppies, kittens, and rabbits. This day also encourages people to adopt their best friend from a local shelter or rescue or to do research and find a legitimate breeder. We are reminding dog owners why pet stores aren't a good place to get a new puppy. We believe that many of us are now aware of the dangers of the puppy mill industry. It is prudent to remember, remind, or educate others who may be unfamiliar with the pet shop industry. Today is also commemorated as President's Day in Botswana, which is observed every third Monday of July. This year it falls on July 21st. It is one of the most important national holidays in the country. It was first celebrated as a two-day holiday but was later changed to a single day. Today, this is a significant holiday in Botswana as if one of the few countries that dedicate a national day to the head of the state. This is also a celebration of the rich culture of Botswana and his history. Today is also commemorated as Racial Harmony Day in Singapore, which is observed on July 21st each year. Singapore's identity as a cosmopolitan nation has evolved. There are notable occasions such as racial harmony that remind Singaporeans to be proud of their heritage. Singaporeans observe this day by emphasizing the importance of encouraging harmony and undergoing understanding among all populations in our country, as well as celebrating our unique cross-cultural nature. Racial Harmony Day aims to serve as a reminder for Singaporeans to be proud of their heritage. Singaporeans observe this day by emphasizing the importance of encouraging harmony and understanding among all populations in our country, as well as celebrating our unique cross-culture nature. Racial Harmony Day aims to serve as a reminder for Singaporeans to be empathetic towards people of all races and faiths. Community development councils and people organizations were formed to strengthen ties between people in various communities since its inception. Racial harmony has undergone several expansions in order to broaden this appeal. There is also commemorated as Royal Welsh Show in UK on July 21st, observed annually since 1904, organized by the Royal Welsh Agricultural Society. It is held from July 21st to 24. Every year, this 4-day celebration draws some 250,000 visitors and bring together the farming community from all over Wales. The Royal Welsh Show features a wide range of activities in addition to cattle, including forestry, horticulture, countryside sports, crafts, food and drink, as well as its daily 12-hour schedule of attractions, exhibitions, and entertainment. So don't miss out on this significant agricultural occasion. Today is also commemorated as Take a Monkey to Lunch Day on July 21st. Every year it was created to celebrate and bring awareness to monkeys and all things simian. This day considers apes, tarsiers, lemurs, and other human primates to bring light to different types of primates around the world. This day helps to spread useful information about the issues that animals endure as species. This awareness helps to eventually provide a more stable environment for the animals, helps them to lead better lives. Environmental activists are passionate about this day. It is a favorite for many people because people love intelligent primates. Today is also commemorated as the closure of Bonalu festival, which is a festival usually occurs in July and August in Ashada Masa. It showcases Telangana's rich culture as the people soak in traditional festivities by singing Bonalu songs and performing various religious and spiritual activities. Goddess Mahankali is worshipped for this festival, and special pujas are performed during these festival days along with various activities. This fantastic festival is considered a way of thanksgiving to the goddess for her blessings. In Telugu, Bonam means meal, that is, food offerings given to the goddess. Every year, devotees worship and honor the goddess with the dance and rituals. The government of Telangana has declared this beautiful festival as a state festival. So the Bonalu festival has begun on June 29th and will end on July 21st, that is today. So the festival began in 1813 in the modern days, but otherwise also it was very much celebrated in 15th and 6th, since 15th and 16th centuries. So the modern, the so-called 18th century festival was documented in Secunderabad and Hyderabad when an epidemic broke out. The plague claimed the lives of thousands of people. From Hyderabad, a military battalion was deployed to Ujjain, and they offered prayers to the mother goddess at Mahankali temple concerning the plague menace. They prayed for the relief from the epidemic, and if people were saved, they would install an idol of mother goddess in Secunderabad. So the devotees believed that the goddess halted the spread of the plague, and the military battalion returned to Secunderabad and installed the idol as they promised by offering Bonalu to Mahankali, goddess. So the devotees dress up in their traditional attires and women wear jewelry and other accessories for the celebrations. During the celebration, people dance to their traditional music and sing prayers. The festival starts at Golconda, which is the first bonum offered to Goddess. People believe that the divine spirit of Mother Goddess possesses women who carry Bonalu. So people sprinkle water on the feet of these women when they reach the temple to soothe the heart, which is sometimes believed to be very aggressive. They offer totilu, which are small and colorful structures made from paper supported by sticks, and these are presented to the goddess as a token of respect as chariots. Families also share offerings at the temples with their relatives and friends. They come together to celebrate this grand occasion. And the performing of the oracle or the rangam is held, which is fortune telling, is held the day after the festival. A woman performs this custom who invokes the goddess Mahakali onto herself. The woman foretells the future where the devotees ask for information. Another important aspect is Poturaju. He is considered to be the brother of Mahankali. The Poturaju is represented by a well-built and bare-bodied man who wears bells around the ankles and a tightly draped red dhoti. He applies vermilion on his forehead and turmeric all over the body. He dances close to the Palaharam Bandi, the procession to the resounding drums. And another important activity as part of the festival is Gattam. This is a copper pot carried by the priest and decorated in the form of Mahakali. The priest would smear his body in turmeric, adorning a traditional dhoti. The pot is taken as a procession till the final day of the festival. Drums and other accompany the procession. After the ritual, the first procession, there is also a sacrifice ritual or bali. Food or any offering is a grand meal is prepared and offered. So Bonalu is celebrated in various parts of the state and is marked by many people. The celebration, which starts at the Golconda festival during the first Sunday of Ashada Masam, followed by Valkampet Sellamma temple on the second Sunday. On the third Sunday, the celebrations occur at the Kattamaisamma, Pochamaisamma, and Pochamma and Mateshwari temples near Chilkalguda and finally the old city of the Hyderabad. Haribauli, Akanna Madana temple and Shalibanda in Mutyalamma temple are the other popular venues of the celebrations. Thousands of devotees come to the temples to pray to the mother goddess. To reach the Golconda fort, you can book a vehicle or you can reach by your own vehicle, or you can use public transport system. On the third Sunday, so first, as per the schedule, you can visit Golconda. Then you can, for the next Sunday, you can visit the Balkampet. On third Sunday, you can visit Kattamaisamma temple or Pochamma and Mateshwari temples, which is near Mini Tangbad, and Chilkalguda Municipal Complex is the nearest landmark, and the Charminar bus station is the nearest bus stop to Mateshwari temple, which is the nearest landmark, along with the temples. Temple itself is a landmark. So all these temples are easily accessible by road, metro, and other facilities, public transportation systems in Hyderabad and Secunderabad, where you can go in person to celebrate Bonalu festival with your family and friends. So Bonalu festival is one of the biggest festivals celebrated in Hyderabad and Secunderabad, which is also a state's official state festival. So you can enthusiastically celebrate with fervor and joy. and enjoyed delicacies. So with this, we shall end today's commemorations. Thank you everyone for joining us on this wonderful occasion. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form. Which is being raised in the form of polls. Before leaving the platform. So see you all tomorrow. Take care. Good night.